Let's bring in 11 years in the league, Eddie House. You know why I'm bringing Eddie House in today?
What up, what up? Hello, Joy.
Because you were part of one of these, like, super team things when you get a lot of guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you did it twice. You were with you were with the Celtics.
Yep.
And then you were with the Heat.
First year.
So you have been part of these, like, super teams when they put them together. Give me the toughest part, because L.A. looks like they could build one now. What's the toughest thing about, quote, super teams?
Is getting everybody else. First is getting the money right. Guys going to have to take less money. Like the first year in Miami, everybody was at $100 million. So then I think Mike Miller was the only guy that was hired in minimum. I think he got the mid-level exception. Everybody has to accept less money. And the role players got to learn how to mesh with the stars. The stars going to figure it out, but the role players got to understand. And then also the coaches, they got to understand what pieces work with, what players work, what lineups can you put out there that's going to be successful.
But the money thing is interesting because there's a lot of everything's published, everything's public, everybody talks about it. So you get the money right. You don't want to have one star massively underpaid, and then it's about role players figure. Now, what is the thing about the super teams that's even better than you thought? Like, what is it like to be? You were with two of them. What is it like?
Winning. That's it.
Comes easier.
Oh, a whole lot easier, and your job becomes easier because you have one job to do. That's what I was talking about this yesterday, and everybody was like trying to give people passes from the Cavaliers, and how hard is it to play with a guy like that? It's easy, just do your job. If you have one job, you're almost like a kicker. If you're supposed to just shoot the shot, make your shots. That's it. Make your shots. Do your job. They're not asking you to make plays. They say, hey, man, when you get an open shot, knock it down. So you have to try to do it at a high clip. So that it makes your job a lot easier. It's a lot of fun. And especially when you're traveling everywhere, it becomes almost like when our first year that we called ourselves the Heatles. You know, because everywhere we went, it was just.
I have a Heatles shirt. I have multiple Heatles shirts, actually.
And everywhere we went, it was just crazy. Crowds everywhere.
So what was more fun to you? Your Boston championship team or the Miami team? Because the Miami team had more of a rock star quality.
Right.
That, to me, was more celebrity-driven. Boston's it's just Boston. Everything's an effort. What was more fun for you?
Well, I mean, of course, winning the championship.
Okay.
That puts the ice.
But how about on the plane, locker room, travel? Like, what was more?
It was two different type of teams. Okay. We had OGs, like real OGs. You talk about KG. You talk about real card games that a lot of smack talk was going on. A lot of money getting lost and people talking about each. So it was more hood in Boston and more Hollywood in Miami. That's exactly
more
what
hood
it was.
in Boston, more wood in Miami is what you're saying.
Exactly.
I get that. By the way, I am a believer, Eddie, that you can be a good guy and have a bad moment. I've had bad moments. I think I'm a good person. I think you can have an injury and not be injury prone. A lot of people are coming out now and say, Kawhi, flaky. My feeling on Kawhi is good guy, one really bad situation. Which one do you think he is? Because a lot of people now are on the buyer beware of Kawhi Leonard.
I think it's a bad situation because you can't go from being a guy of great integrity, high character, hard worker, all the things they were saying, everything that was coming up out of San Antonio about Kawhi was just how great of a guy he is, doesn't talk, comes to work, works hard, leads by example, and then all this starts coming out as him with the injury and stuff, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, no, he's not that good of a guy. He has bad representation around him, and all these other things are coming out. So you can't have it both ways. San Antonio, you put out that he was a great guy.
Yes.
And now you're putting out that he's not such a great guy. He has now he has some character flaws, which I don't believe that. I just think that's a way of covering their tracks of them actually making him upset. He has his body to take care of, and he's going to become a free agent. So if he tells you, man, my body is bothering me, I'm not right, you can't say because you had the same injury that this man had that you should be healthy because everybody heals different. Everybody's body is different.
Thank you. No, I go to this. Okay, I'll give you an example. My wife can take 2 sleeping pills and stare at the ceiling all night. Okay. If I smell Theraflu, I'm out for 2 days. Every bit of medication I've ever taken, Eddie, it works on me instantly. I have no idea why. My wife, it doesn't. So I'm just saying, Joy, it could be with you. People's bodies are different. Like, I get sick a lot for a day. I almost never get sick for 2 and 3 days. Stuff gets in me and stuff gets out of me fast. And so everybody's saying, well, Kawhi, Tony Parker, different athlete, different dude. Some guys heal fast. Were you a fast healer?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I had to play through everything, so I didn't have time to sit down and be like, hey, man, I'm going to take these days off because I'm over here hurt. No, I had to stay so I could stay in the rotation, stay on my grind, and stay on teams.
So you were a grinder.
I mean, I had to be. For real, I had to be.
When you look at Paul George, we asked this question yesterday. His mom wants him to be a Laker, and his wife wants him to be a Laker.
Ooh, pressure.
Okay. Can you speak to my audience as a professional athlete? Wife says, go here. Mom says, go here. But you can make more money elsewhere. You're Paul George. How big is the mom-wife thing?
It depends on how big that money difference is. Okay. If it's a huge money difference, you have to say, Moms, baby, just y'all chill for a little minute. Let me go get this money because you're going to want that go-yard bag. I know you are. So let me make sure I get all this cheese.
What is that? What was that?
It's like a high-end bag that everybody's talking about.
What do they call, Joy?
One? You know one? What?
I do not have one.
What do they call, Joy?
No, I don't know. This is above my pay grade, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you have, right now everybody's talking. So you have to, if the money is, now you say, well, if the money's way better, is $8 million way better?
A year?
Yeah.
Or total? I mean, $8 million looking good. Looking good. I mean, and I don't think that the wife and the mother will complain once they start reaping the benefits of all that money.
Okay.
But if you are financially set and you're not even tripping, which he more than likely is, and you're not tripping off the extra money, which I don't know how you can't be because you're not going to have an opportunity to make that again.
I look at Paul George, and I look what he can make in OKC, and I look what he can make in Los Angeles. For the next 4 years, he'd make the same in both places. They can just offer one more guaranteed year, but he's not retiring after 4 years.
No, he wouldn't.
So, I mean, to me, I'll lay it on the line. Where do you want to live? I mean, if the money's the same for the next 4 years, I would want to live in Los Angeles.
But you're also looking at money on the court. You have to think of the endorsement deals and opportunities that you're getting in Los Angeles versus OKC.
Well,
it's not comparable.
He already has his shoe out. He has his own line.
I mean, there's opportunities well beyond shoes.
Right.
Put this up
no doubt.
Put this up for our TV audience. I know our radio audience. I don't want to go through the numbers. It's the same damn money, both places, mostly for the first 4 years.
Yeah, well, 45 difference right there in total.
Yeah, but that's because
175, 130.
That's because the last year, Oklahoma City can guarantee another year, but it's not like that last year.
That's a big year, though. $40 million
after taxes. It's 20.
Well, that's more than after taxes without the 40, right?
See, I disagree with you. I think you should never chase money. Chase organizations, teammates, happiness. Because, man, Eddie, after you sign that big fat contract, an hour after you sign that contract, after that first check, you look out your window in Oklahoma City, you see a silo.
Hey, but he might like playing with Russ. And this is another thing. You don't know that he could also felt like they were right there, a stop away from here, a stop here, a basket made there, a couple guys stepping up, Melo having a better series. Maybe they had an opportunity. So to get in the mind of him, that's what we'll have to do to understand it. But I don't think he's chasing money. I think the money's chasing him. He's done enough to where the money's already coming towards him.
Did you ever chase money?
I mean, I had to.
Where? Who?
Well, I mean, I had to get my money from Boston.
Yeah, but that wasn't
a championship.
You went to a good team. That's not chasing money.
Oh, I never chased money like that. No, I just was going out. I played to play on a winning team, to be a part of a winning culture. I didn't want to be losing because I lost my third year in Miami was one of the worst seasons. And then I came to the Clippers and it was just horrible. Like those were miserable. It was 3 years, miserable years.
Miserable.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the check is. If you're miserable at work, it's miserable.
Yeah.
Have you ever been miserable, Joy?
Yes, but not necessarily at work.
1 year in Tampa for me. It was brutal.
It is the worst if you're miserable at work.
If you're miserable at
awful.
work, it's a tough experience because you have no choice.
Right, you have to be there.
Yes.
Like when I played
especially if you have other people you're responsible for.
With the Clippers, it was the worst. We practiced at a junior college, so the travel, the commute there was garbage. There was no food for us. We couldn't shower after practice, so we go clean to practice, put clean drawers on a dirty booty, and go back home. It was the worst. No food on the plane. Guys be eating McDonald's. It was the worst. I'm telling you, that's the truth.
Don't chase money. All right, Eddie House. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.